President Trump wants to send between 2,000 and 4,000 American service members to secure the southern border. He also says that he plans to, quote, probably keep them or a large portion of them until the wall is built. So what exactly will these National Guard troops do, and how will they help? Here now to weigh in is National Security Analyst Dr. Rebecca Grant. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Grant. We appreciate it.
Good morning, Heather.
So this is not unprecedented. We can take a look at some of the numbers. 6,000 National Guard troops were sent to the southern border by the Bush administration. 1,200 National Guard troops sent there by the Obama administration back in 2010. What does President Trump hope to accomplish, and what can he accomplish by doing this?
The first thing he wants is to harden that border. He wants to make it more secure. But what we see going on now, Heather, is things are going to move in an orderly fashion. The National Guard will first look for volunteers from various units to go down and assist on the border. They'll do all sorts of things. Aerial surveillance is a big part of it. Mostly they'll focus on assisting the Border Patrol. They can also repair fences, repair roads, maybe even start to shore up some of the sections in the area where the wall might be or where they might need repairs. So they're augmenting what the Border Patrol already does and making it a much tougher border to cross.
But not running down there this mass group of soldiers with guns in hand to arrest people.
No tanks, no lines of troops. You'll see a lot of aircraft, helicopters, individual augmentees going down, small units who go down. But this is not like the Army is invading the southern border. This is something that's been done in the past, and these National Guardsmen will augment what's already going on under the control of the Border Patrol.
Yeah, because to hear some people speak about it, that seems to be what they're afraid of happening. Here's what President Trump tweeted out, because it's also been mentioned about this low in terms of the numbers of immigration or border crossings. They're still at an unacceptable 46-year low. Stop the drugs. And he makes a good point there, because we've been talking about this past couple of days. 98% of all heroin comes across the southern border.
Yes, and aerial surveillance is very useful here. We have our military augmenting the Border Patrol and the counter-drug operations. This has been going on for many, many years. And between helicopters, other aircraft with special sensors and surveillance, they can make a big difference in spotting either individuals or vehicles that are attempting to bring illegal drugs or human trafficking or other illegal activities on the border. This really helps our surveillance.
All right, well, let's move on to another topic, completely different. President Trump planning to sanction some more Russians today, including some with ties to President Putin. So what is he hoping to accomplish with this?
This chapter started in January when the Treasury Department, who are getting pretty good at this, put out a list of 96 Russian oligarchs. These are all billionaires who've made money on the oil, the gas, minerals, telecom, and then they like to move their assets and money overseas. Trump is trying to target individuals close to Putin. He's helping to back up Theresa May, our great ally in Britain, to retaliate in a controlled way for the nerve gas attack. So whether it's Ukraine, Syria, etc., a lot of reasons to put these sanctions, to put pressure on Putin.
And do you think this will make a difference? And do you think that President Trump's administration has done a good job so far? As we discuss that, we can bring up a list of some of the sanctions and the penalties that have happened during the Trump administration, dating way back to March 2017.
Well, the caveat is these sanctions aren't intended to hurt Russia's people or the economy overall. They really are specific pressure on Putin and on the buddies who keep him in power to try to say, hey, your behavior is unacceptable. I think it's a strong message, but I also think Trump is still deciding on the full dimensions of his policy with Russia. We get a lot of mixed signals from the West. We're not recalling ambassadors. We're letting the World Cup go ahead in July and June. So the message is really mixed, but I think this is a good, strong move on his part. There's a lot more to unfold with Trump's Russia policy.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Grant. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.